Hello everyone. So last session you tackled about Module 3 entitled Identifying and Addressing Needs. Now let's move on to Module 4, the sources of strength. So the aim of this module is to encourage students to revisit their strengths in order to support their self-efficacy to deal with their situation. In order to encourage a hopeful outlook, this module serves to reinforce students' sources of support and internal and external resources. This module has the following objectives. First, identify personal, social, and emotional sources of strength during and in the aftermath of disaster or stressful situation. Next is to identify their internal and external sources of strength. The materials needed in this module are the following: drawing of a kite, blank sheet of paper, and coloring materials. Now, let's have a review. Does anyone remember what the 3 previous sessions were about? Do you still remember the title of each module? Module 1, 2, and 3? Okay, so Module 1, entitled Validating Feelings and Normalizing Reactions. Module 2, Calming Down and Managing One's Emotions and Thoughts. And lastly, Module 3, entitled Identifying and Addressing Needs. Are we capable of identifying our own and other people's needs? Or are we able to link others to the proper channels which can best address their concerns? So, last meeting, we talked about our needs and how to address them. We talked about how to control our reactions and emotions. Now let us reflect on what has helped us to move on. We are able to move on and not continue to feel the way that we were feeling days or months ago because we have strength. Now, I have here an image of a kite or saranggola in Tagalog. Can you tell me what makes it go up in the air? Ano-ano nga ba ang kailangan para tumaas or lumipad ang isang saranggola? Think of an answer. Of course, it needs wind. What else? It needs to be made of a good material. It needs long and durable string. And of course, a strong brace. So, this is a way of reminding you that you have resources within yourselves or with others that have allowed you to begin your process of recovery. So, lahat tayo ay merong mga kanya-kanyang resources sa ating sarili para tayo ay makarecover sa isang situation or para tayo ay maging successful sa ating buhay. So just like a kite, you too have what it takes to fly. Now let's have an activity. All you have to do is to draw a kite with a diamond with 4 parts. On each part of kite's diamond, please write down what you think are your sources of strength. What makes you strong despite what you have gone through? Can you also identify what or who acts like the wind for you? Who or what helps you soar? And then share your output through Messenger. You can screenshot this slide so you can use this while answering this activity. Again, all you have to do is to draw a kite, and then each part of kite's diamond, it's 4 parts or 4 diamonds. Please write what you think are your sources of strength. Ano-ano nga ba yung nagbibigay sa'yo ng lakas? Yung nagbo-boost sa'yo para maging malakas ka? What makes you strong despite what you have gone through? And then identify what or who acts like the wind for you, and who or what helps you soar, and then share your output through Messenger. Write your answer on a sheet of paper, take a picture of it, and then send it through Messenger. Am I clear? Okay, so let's move on to the next activity. So what have you realized about each other after that group sharing? What have you realized about yourself? Ano nga ba ang na-realize mo tungkol sa sarili mo after mong nagawa yung activity na yon? Then, do we have common sources of strength? Meron ba tayong magkakamuka na pinagkukunan ng ating lakas? Again, write your answer on a sheet of paper. Next activity. So I have a sample of a kite, and then all you have to do is to put the sources of strength on each diamond. I have an example of a kite where I put God as one of the sources of my strength, family, relatives, and friends. Next, how are you similar to the kite? Can you think of other objects that can be a symbol for your many sources of strength? Again, how are you similar to the kite? Can you think of other objects that can be a symbol for your many sources of strength? Screenshot this slide, please. And then, for the application, the next time you feel weak, what can you focus on in order to remind yourself that you have a number of sources of strength? Again, the next time you feel weak, what can you focus on in order to remind yourself that you have a number of sources of strength? So sa susunod na feeling mo hinang-hina ka, saan ka kaya magpo-focus para ma-remind ka o mapaalala sa sarili mo na meron ka nga palang mga pinagkukunan o meron ka mga sources ng lakas mo, ng strength mo. Again, write your answer on a sheet of paper. And then for the closing activity, would any one of you want to volunteer to come up with a poem or a rap about what you have learned about your sources of strength and those who help or support you? So all you have to do is to make a poem or a rap about what you have learned about your sources of strength and those who help or support you. Here is an example. I have here an example. Ang saranggola ko at ako, parehong-pareho. Ako ay matatag. Siya rin ay matatag. Ako ay di babagsak. Siya din ay di babagsak. Tangayin man ng hangin, hinding-hindi matitinag. Okay, so all you have to do is to make a poem or a rap like this. And then again, put this on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and send it through Messenger. Always remember, the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today by H. Jackson Brown, Jr. Thank you very much. God bless us all.